If you need to use the mirror, just go in the bathroom and use it there. That way you can see how it hangs. And if you want a pendant put on it, I can always go grab one. That's a rope chain. That's like $40-something right there in your hand.
And I know this is too small already.
Is that the 3mm or the 4? That's an 18-inch.
18-inch, yes.
That's the 3mm one. And no, that one's the $75 one.
Yes, I know that.
You have expensive tastes.
No, not necessarily. It's just one she could.
Rope chains can be strong, but I would recommend probably a box chain or a rope chain. I have some 20-inch and some 24-inch. I also have an adjustable 20-inch rope chain. It has a cute little heart pull on it, and you can pull it to make it shorter. Oh, he's hating that. He's like, you can pet me all day. I will lay right here and just pet me. Boobers, who's petting you?
Taste, but I just want something right that will last. I haven't worn that pendant in 3 years.
Oh,
since
wow.
That fire, remember? Not the fire, but when we had when I came over to help you.
Which time? Oh, you mean when I had to go to court for that bullshit case?
No, it was when you needed water or some such after the hurricane.
Oh, yeah. God, that was Hurricane Irma. All right, give me that box real quick. There's a couple of things I can think of that would work for what you're looking for.
22. Got some out of it right now. I don't know exactly where they are.
Well, I'm fixing to screw up everything in this box. All right, there's the 20-inch I was talking about. Rollo chains are quite sturdy too, and these are 24.5-inch, and it's a beautiful chain, but they're expensive. 20-inch.
This is 21-inch.
Yeah, I have more sizes.
Let's see.
The long and the shorts, I think these are 20.5 inches or 24.5 inches.
21. Let's see how that fits.
Take a look at that chain and see what you think. The rope chains, most of my rope chains that are Italian silver are all 18-inch, and that would be too short.
Okay, there's 3-4 chains in here.
Yeah, and they should have tags on them, so you should be able to tell what's what. And I have more chains out there in the shop, so.
21-inch. Okay, let's see how that.
But that will give you an idea of length and what you like lengthwise. I'm going to peek in these boxes real quick to see what's in them. I think they should all be beaded necklaces. What are you?
Got it?
That's not a beaded necklace.
That's a problem chain.
So you're saying your fingers are in the way?
Yeah, here and everything in the way.
Okay, so these boxes are not all just beaded necklaces, because I found like 3 silver necklaces. That's a gold one. What are you? That's a silver one.
They can have it.
I just know that some of these boxes, as I was getting them listed on the website, it was easier just kind of stick them in one place so that I knew that they were already listed.
Take a look at this one without putting it. Might be easier that way.
Whatever works.
Exactly.
My fat button your way. I'm waiting on people to come on the live stream. You know, gee, for some reason that Tina person isn't in my live chat already. All right, bring it here. Does it tell you how long it is, or do I need to measure it?
I will look at that in a minute. Supposed to be 21 inches at least. 1 second.
Does it have a thingy on it? It should have a thingy
It
on
does
it.
have a thingy on it. I'm going to look.
Okay. Have you looked yet?
No, I haven't sat down.
All right. I'm going to put this down here. Hold a lot of the ones that...
21 inch.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking you would definitely need at least an 18, because like I said, 16-inch necklaces on me. Let me grab
Well, 21 inch.
All right, here's one of the rope chains. This is an 18 inch, just to show you how short these are on me. And again, I have a skinny neck. Look, a 16 inch comes up to like here on me, and it's like
This is 21 inch on me.
Yeah, that's a good length.
Yeah, because it hides under my shirt.
I mean, I don't know why you want to hide it unless you're trying to keep it from getting snagged.
That too, but it's just, I'm not worried about hiding.
Is that the Rollo? Those are like $48. Those were a pain in the butt to make. I made those. Every chain that you've got over there right now, except for the, I think it's a 1.2 or 2 millimeter rope chain, every chain over there in those bags I handmade. It's weird. The yellow eye on camera looks like nice and bright, and the pink eye looks really dark. I'm still waiting on people to come in.
Well, they probably checked because you said 1 o'clock, didn't you?
No, I usually go live between 1 and 2, or I've been trying to go live. I usually give people a minute to come in, and I posted it on Facebook and Twitter. I didn't like message nobody, but I mean, you saw I did a live stream the other day talking to myself the whole time until like people decided to trickle in. Doesn't matter.
Drop out the other day because you said rolls are strong.
They can be, yes.
Is this?
And I think the links on that one that connect the loop and the chain should be hand soldered because I made them, but I had Dad solder them to make sure that they were stronger because unsoldered links can just pull apart if you snag it on something, which also any chain is going to have what they call a breakaway point. You remember I explained that to you years ago where...
No, but I believe you.
Okay. Well, the reason they do that is so that you don't choke yourself on your necklace. There's always at least a weak spot in every type of jewelry chain, whatever the design is of it. So that way, if you get snagged on something or get caught on something, it's going to be easier for you to get loose of it.
Yeah, 24 and a half inch. I could probably put it over my head.
You can try it, but it might get hung up on your glasses.
Exactly. This is 24 and a half inch. It's
Is that a Rollo too?
I don't know yet.
Well, you opened the bag of Rollos, right? You only have the one bag out open?
One bag at a time. Yes, it's roll.
Okay, yeah. Then every necklace in there is going to be a Rollo design. And they vary by price because of the length. Everything's based by weight. The Rollo chain, that chain, just to buy the chain itself is rather expensive. And I had to buy it by the foot. So when I bought that chain, I think I bought like 10 or 20 feet of it.
Mm-hmm.
And unlike the chain that I just did for that customer, it doesn't come on a spool. It comes twist-tied in a plastic bag, and then you have to measure it and cut it and all that kind of fun stuff. You made him lick himself, Chloe.
Mm-hmm.
I probably ought to let the dog back in, shouldn't I? Yeah, that sounds like a maybe.
This is 24 and a
You want
half
to open the
inch.
door and let Emily back in?
This is 24 and a half. It looks like.
Yeah, that's not about length either. And
Emily.
good girl. Look at you coming in with your jacket on. You keep that over there. No cooties.
They try.
You try. He's like, yep, I'm liking that. His ears have been bothering him really bad lately. He was shaking his head pretty bad yesterday. I probably need to try and clean him out again. I've had him to the vet, had him look at his ears. He doesn't have ear mites. He had some sort of like yeast in his ears, which I guess they said it's common for cats to get. It comes off their fur. I'm like, well, that's weird. Never knew about that. I guess it's some skin thing that they get. And somehow or another, like if they scratch themselves and then scratch their ears, they transfer the yeast from their body into their ears, which causes like itching and that runny feel that you get in your ears when you go to eat something or drink something and your ears start itching, which is probably the most annoying thing ever. There's still nobody here. 10 minutes in. Oh, damn, that's just lazy. This is how cold it is outside. He's coming out the back window to pump gas in the car.
That is lazy.
Wow. Okay, so I guess I'll go ahead and start with the unboxing if the camera stops scaring itself. This was the other ColourPop order that I placed that I was waiting for because I needed the colors from this to do holiday looks.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I got a couple of things. Oh, I forgot I bought that. I need to do like an updated video on, like, a while back I did like video wish lists and put up pictures of things that I wanted to buy or brands that I wanted to try. I really need to do an updated one of those where I like watch my video back and talk through it so that I can talk about whether or not I bought them. So this is the Wine and Only palette. I do not, for whatever reason, have these like dark burgundy berry colors. I was waiting on something to come in from Makeup Geek, but I don't know if she sent the package or not. I mean, it wasn't like I bought anything. It was a thank you for helping her. Ooh, look at those tones. These are the colors that I really needed to do those last few. I'll pull the holiday looks up so you can actually see them.
Well, what you can do is for New Year's. Look.
But I've already got everything edited for the rest of the month. So
well, okay.
I was looking for colors for looks like this. Nadine? I clicked it. So this one, and these two are the ones that I really couldn't get done because they require this like deep burgundy color. So that's why I bought this one. And it looks like there's 2, 4, 5, 6, 5-ish, 6-ish shimmers. Thankfully, no pressed glitter.
Yeah, I think this rope chain would be too thick for my pendant.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to slide it on there. That's why I gave you the little ones. So anyways, this is what this looks like. And I needed these, like this tone here and this tone here to finish up holiday looks. You know, I might just randomly get a wild hair and film a holiday look and then just have it edited and ready to go for next year. Because doing the looks these past couple weeks, man, I was killing myself trying to get the looks done and then editing them and trying to like zoom in enough so people could see everything. It was a pain. I also picked up 2 lippy sticks. I got the shade Frenchy and Bossy because I needed a red color for my waterline to go with those burgundy color holiday looks. And some of them I might be able to pull off. Like that one's Christmas lights. That one's like Christmas garland. This one's peppermint stripes. This one's peppermint with holly. The other one is like snowflakes. I might be able to get away with some of those for like January. So one of these is more of a cherry red and the other one's more like a candy apple red. That one's more of like an orangey shade. That's Frenchy. And then this one here is Bossy. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. It's more like a pinky red. It even shows up on the screen more orange. So those will work. I also might be able to put those down as like eyeshadow bases and then blend them out because that's the kind of colors I need. It's what I was waiting on, those last couple of colors. And then I picked up 2 singles. This is in the shade Mission Matte and Take a Sip, which is a matte. And they were on sale. Both of these were on sale. So this one is like a rich chocolate brown shade, which I don't really have a whole lot of deep dark browns. And then this one is like a hot pink. It's like super dark in here today. You made it move now. Oh, he's licking himself again. I love it. This says it's a matte shade. Does that look matte to you, or do you see glitter in there?
I see glitter.
That's what I thought. And it says it's a matte. I'm going to swatch it. Oh, it's soft. It's almost the same color pink I'm wearing. Okay, it's a matte shade with shimmer in it. Build it up one more time. Now my finger's all hot pink. And I'm sure I have plenty of colors like that in my collection, but it was on sale for like $2.80 or something like that, and you can't beat that. This one here's also got shimmer in it. This brown, it's also a matte shade. That's crazy. And it said matte on the website, but that's a really pretty neutral color brown. Swatch it up with my fingers. And you can see the pink, you can see the glitter in the pink one on my hand. You can almost see the glitter in the brown one. So there's those. And then a palette that I've wanted for like multiple years. It's been on my wish list for several years in a row. I was finally able to get, because every time I went to buy it, it was out of stock. Whenever I had the money, it was out of stock. Da, 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 da. I finally got the So Jaded. I thought this was going to be bigger. I didn't realize it was this small. Everybody kept talking about, oh, well, the ColourPop palettes are so big. And I'm thinking it's the same size as the Morphe palette. All right, let me get all this stuff out of my way. All right, let me go get the palette I thought this was the same size as. And the palette that I used today, also I thought was going to be bigger. Okay, so this is the palette I'm wearing, right? The one I used today. This is the palette I thought it was the same size of. That's like a whole lot smaller. So the Fade into Hue next to the Jaclyn Hill original like Morphe palette, when everybody kept saying online, oh, it's one of their big palettes. Oh, I hate their big palettes. And they have like several other like really big, or at least in my opinion, everybody was saying, making it out to be that they were huge. They have like 3 or 4 more palettes that are supposedly really big that I was eyeballing one of them because it looked like the second palette from Jaclyn Hill. And that's what I wanted. And of course, they're doing 25% off site-wide for palettes. And I just, that's usually my luck. Isn't it? You place an order and then everything goes on sale for what you ordered.
That's usually the way it works.
Since the Wine and Only palette was a new release, it wasn't discounted. And the other one, okay. So this is the palette I just showed you, the Fade into Hue. Can you see it on my screen? That's this one. The palette next to it, I bet you is about the same size. And here I am thinking it is like this. So it's 6 across and 5 up. This one's 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's missing an entire row. So yeah, that's about right. So the Bare Necessities palette, the Stone Cold Fox palette, and then the berry palette that I was eyeballing a while back. I thought they were all this big, and they're not. They're this big, which I don't consider to be a big palette. Even this palette is bigger than the other one. Look.
I've seen bigger palettes in Christmas gifts.
Well, yeah, but that's usually like really shit makeup.
Yeah.
Any of those makeup palettes that you get at like Walmart that comes with like lipstick and mascara and a perfume bottle and all that kind of stuff.
It's for giving to young girls.
Yeah, it's like kids' makeup. That stuff is so awful. I wanted one so bad one year, and we did a gift exchange with a friend or something, and they bought me like one of those $25 kits. Oh my God. If I knew what I knew now about makeup back then, wow.
Yeah. I understand that.
But then again, makeup back then in the 80s and 90s was pretty tame.
Yeah.
I mean, the boldest I ever saw anybody really do their makeup was with silver liner and blue mascara. And blue mascara was kind of a thing for a while. There's still nobody in chat. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and open the So Jaded palette. Oh, I guess I don't need that. It's got a little thingy at the top. So I wanted this palette for a while. This was the collaboration that Kathleen Lights did with ColourPop. And I do not watch Kathleen Lights. She is from Miami, I do believe. And her Hispanic accent is so thick, I can barely understand her. And I'm from Florida. This is pretty. Even the crystals, like, you can see the shine on the crystals. See?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's so tiny. Okay, this one has a couple of pressed glitters in it, which I knew about. Looks like opals of pressed glitter, topaz. Diamond shade looks like it's... Ooh, it's wet.
Yeah.
It's probably a Super Shock type shade. It looked like it was falling out of the pan, so I went to push it back in. See, like these bottom two rows, all except for this shade here.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of the colors like that. Well, this one here, hide that one. And these colors, I don't have a lot of the dark shades. I noticed doing those holiday looks that I didn't have dark shades. I have light colors, I have bright colors, I have neutral colors, but I don't have anything like this blue here. I went through probably 30 things looking for a blue that dark to do that one, this one here.
Yeah.
The one that has the holly leaves on it. I went through so many different blues trying to find a blue deep enough to get that shade, and I couldn't find one in my collection. So I'm glad I got this. I finally did buy it. And it said when I went to go buy it, it said it was limited edition. So I don't know if they're going to be getting rid of it soon or not. But I'm glad I finally was able to pick it up. It was the last 3-4 ColourPop orders that I've placed. It's been out of stock every time. So I was glad it was back in stock. So that's 2 new eyeshadow palettes, 2 new eyeshadows, and 2 new lip pencils that are going to be used for eyeliners, because red eyeliner, I guess, is not a thing. I got a bunch of stuff here now. And I am surprised that it wasn't the same size as the Jaclyn Hill palette. I really honestly thought it was going to be that kind of, everybody was talking about, oh, it's so big. Huh?
I don't think these would be sturdy enough for everyday wear.
Those are the figure eights. Yeah, these are the figure eights. These are not bad for sturdy, because you've got 2 smaller links and 1 larger link, and I've got a toggle closure instead of a clasp. That should be a 20-something inch, 22 inches, 2.2 millimeter.
Okay.
That might work. I mean, it really is up to your preference and what size chain you want to buy. And those are more reasonably priced because those chains weren't too expensive for me to buy or to make. And the toggle closure on there might also be easier for you to get open and close because it slides in and it has like a slight click sensation to it when you go to slide the toggle in, so that you know it's closed a little bit easier, or it closes better, I should say.
It's 22 inches, so that's about the right size.
Yeah, 20 to 24 inches should be fine for you.
Let's see.
He just staring at your fingers now, Chloe. Giving you the half-ass fuck you look. Boobers, are you getting love? Baby, baby. Aww. I don't think he'll mind. You can pet him all day. I'm surprised I've been live for 25 minutes and nobody has come in. Nobody. Usually there's somebody here by now. I do like that brown shade though. It's a nice, rich, neutral color brown. Doesn't lean like, you know, like some browns that look green and you're like, oh, that looks like baby crap.
This might well work. You said this is dirty. Okay.
I mean, if they're sturdy enough for me to wear them, they should be sturdy because I'm rough on jewelry. It's one reason why I don't wear it anymore. I got an entire jewelry box in my room full of jewelry, and I just
Understand.
I mean, I wear it occasionally, but for the most part, I don't.
Well, you remember I ordered a rough job, so
Yeah.
construction completed.
Oh, you know the neighbor over here that I was helping out?
Mm-hmm.
You know, he had the nerve to call me one day and tell me that I was difficult to get a hold of. That's why he stopped calling me. He calls me once, lets it ring twice, and then hangs up. And then when I go to call him back, when he calls me back, it goes right to voicemail, and I'm talking to his voicemail. And then he leaves me a message and tells me that I'm hard to get a hold of. Yeah. I'm like, really, dude? You're the one that told me but then when I try and call you, he never returned my phone calls or nothing.
I don't see the bag you came out of.
But did you put it?
It might have been loose. I don't know.
No, they were all together. It's right here.
Oh, okay.
You handed it to me. I was like, what bag are you looking for? The one you handed me. That's okay. I stole it. It's my fault. I did it.
Scandalous. Simply scandalous.
It was my fucking necklaces anyways. I'm the one that fucking made them.
Woo, promise.
You're as bad as my mother.
Yes.
Have you met Donna?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Oh yeah, we had dinner at the Mellow Mushroom with no mushrooms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No fun guys at this party. No fun guys. Yuck. I cannot do mushrooms. The texture, the flavor, the whole, I'm sorry, it just grosses me out, makes me want a pearl.
I like
and
that.
you go with one. Mm-hmm. That's how I am with shrimp.
But Chloe cannot eat them, and I will not have them in the house.
Yeah, I cannot stand mushrooms. Cannot fucking stand mushrooms. You want to gross me out? Put mushrooms on my plate. You want to gross me out? Put snails on my plate. I won't eat either. Nope, ain't gonna happen. Oh, you got to be kidding me! That palette is now $29.25. This one here, the one with the crystals on the front. Again, just my luck. I finally am able to afford to buy it, and now it's on sale after I get it. Here's the other palette I was looking at buying. This one's also on sale, but I'm tapped out right now. This looks like, let me see if I can pull up the palette. Comparable, they're not exactly the same. between this palette and the other one, but the colors are similar enough. Plus, I don't want to support the other brand. Morphe is such a shady ass brand.
No, I wouldn't support that either. Heck with them.
They want to track cookies on my computer, and I'm not going to have it. Nope. What? He's sleeping?
Half sleeping.
All right, Nadine, I got the other palette pulled up so you can see. Actually, let me see if I can.
I have to go to your bedroom for that.
Oh.
I have to dig up some tissues.
Well, I took the box out of my room, out of here the other day because it.
That's right. I have some. I just have it in my purse.
All right, look. Okay, so this is the brand I won't support, and I like this color story because it had those shades that I was looking for.
Color story.
This is the other palette I was comparing it to. Yes, it's much lighter, but it still has those dark berry tones, and it's got a couple of the yellow shades I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
This one's $22.50. This one.
They're scandalous. I don't want to support them.
Well, this one's $39. Yeah, I don't want to support Morphe ever again. I will never buy another palette. I like the Jaclyn Hill palette that I have, but I won't ever buy from them again. I have a couple of their brushes that I really like the shape and size of, and I wish I could find a brand that made the same type of brush so that I could replace that out of my collection and get rid of it. What are you doing? You can't do that. Not allowed. Oh yeah, got a nice black screen there. I'm surprised nobody has come in. Nobody. Did nobody get notified? Am I on the wrong account? Like there's nobody in chat. I haven't even seen. I didn't load the iPad like I usually do. Usually I load this so I can see chat. This way I'll be able to tell if I'm on the right channel. Because unfortunately they're both under my name. Yeah, it's under the right channel.
Okay, just grab some tissues.
Is there a reason my bathroom light is on?
I turned it on, forgot to turn it off.
Mm-hmm.
My apologies. Obviously.
Children. They leave all the lights on in the house. They leave the doors open.
Yeah, you do not do that.
And I do believe somebody wrote in their book about turning lights off in rooms when they are not in them.
I plead the fifth.
Do I need to go pull up the page and read the excerpt from the book that the author wrote?
No, thank you.
Oh, I know, with the author sitting right here. Wait a minute. Did you sign that copy anyways?
I believe so, but if I haven't, I will.
I think it's in my headboard. It's in my headboard. Oh, jeez. I blame the Coke. Yeah, you signed it.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a bookmark in that spot.
Good.
I wanted to read it to my dad. Actually, I think that might be... Is that the bookmark? I think that's the bookmark you gave me. Or it's, I don't know, it's something I tore off of something and stuck it in there.
Yeah. Well, I remember
I like the soft touch on this too. Instead of like a regular like paperback, I like the fact that it's like...
Yeah, I do too, actually.
Soft.
Yeah, that's, I was very pleased by how that book turned out. The book size.
Well,
Second book.
There's only been like one or two things in there that you wrote about that my parents didn't teach me. Only one or two.
Yeah.
So the rest of that I learned growing up. But you know what? In today's society, parents aren't teaching that kind of stuff to their kids, and kids have no idea. And schools don't prepare you for that stuff. Like, you go to home ec and they teach you, like, that is, if they still have home ec, they teach you like the basics of sewing, the basics of cooking. And then we had our tech class that we took in like 7th grade, because you took home ec one semester and then you took the tech one. And it taught you how to use computers, and we learned like Morse code, and we learned how to use a CDC machine and wood cutting machines and tools, and we learned how to do all that stuff in the other version. So we had, but see, I already knew how to do all that stuff before I even took those classes. Mm-hmm. So it was a breeze for me.
Yeah.
So it really makes me sad that in today's society, number one, those types of classes aren't being taught. But also, you take all these darn math classes in school, and they teach you algebra, and they teach you geometry. Oh, and there's a new way to do math now. They call it Common Core math. Don't even get me started. It's like makes me want to rip my hair out. I'm like, what's wrong with putting your numbers over it and then following the lines and then doing it that way? Oh no, you can't do that now. Not allowed. What happened to the number and then the division symbol and then the number here and then you divide and you move your numbers up? Oh no, that's not allowed either. And you can't show like work like you used to. You have to do it in these like boxes. And each problem, you put a number out here and you put a number out here and you draw a box and you put lines and stuff in it and you have to do the numbers. It really makes me mad. So then
that's ridiculous.
But in schools, they don't teach you like how to balance a checkbook. Of course, a lot of people don't keep checkbooks anymore because everything's digital. But like, I didn't know how to, if it wasn't for my mom being a bookkeeper and learning what a ledger was and learning how to do, you do one thing in one color and negative numbers in another color. We always use red and black.
Right. That's the single entry book. That's the single entry system. Yeah.
They don't teach that stuff in school.
It's all on one line.
Well, sometimes that way. I don't think I have my ledger in here anymore. I used to keep
one. They have two systems of accounting. Single entry and double entry. Yes,
just make sure you don't dump nothing out of it. It's been years since I've used it. I've cut out all the other stuff I used to work. Oh, it says there's 3 people here. But there's still nobody in chat, so I'm still just talking to you guys. But that's what we used to use. This is how I did all of my entries, even for my business. Like if I pull old business documents, I found this the other day. This is old from like back in the flea market days.
This is set up for single entry.
I use ledger sheets like that for my business.
Yeah, that is perfectly okay.
And I made these up. Yeah. You remember those.
Mm-hmm.
All right, give me that back so I can put it back in the right thing.
This is a single entry bookkeeping system. Single entry ledger.
And that's what I used to do for all of my baking and stuff, because it was easier to do it.
Yeah.
This way. But again, they don't teach this stuff anymore. They don't. Just like you remember the day that I discussed the different heads on a screwdriver, and the fact that they come in different sizes, and the fact that people don't know that. Just like some people don't know the difference between AC and DC current when it comes to electricity. They just plug something in and it works. They don't know how it works or why it works, or the fact that there's a little metal prong in between. You know how you have a power outlet and a power outlet, and there's a little piece there. On the back side of that piece, there's a prong, and if you spread the prong apart, it allows both of those to be run either separately or concurrently. So you can have it so that you plug stuff into both holes.
Yeah.
And you flip a switch, and only one of those works.
Or
by moving the prong on the inside, you can get it so that both work at the same time. And most people don't know stuff like that.
I hadn't known that, actually. Now, remember, I graduated.
So I just taught you something.
Yes. I graduated in 76.
It's saying my dad graduated in 74.
And back in the day,
they taught that
girls
stuff.
Took home ec.
Yep. Well, wait, you guys didn't have to take, guys and girls didn't both take home ec?
No.
because we had to take
Boys had to take
home ec
shop.
and shop.
Had to take wood shop.
No, we had to take both. When I was
I
in
did.
school in the 80s and 90s, we had to take both classes. Oh,
They were
Casey's
smart.
here. Hi, Casey. Said that he's had some technical issues entering the live stream. My friend Nadine is here, and Chloe is sitting at my dad's desk. There's Nadine. Say hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Come stick a hand in so people know that there's another person here, that I'm not just talking to nobody. There's the third hand. There you go.
My hair wrecked today, but it is what it is.
Hey, what? I could throw a brush at it, or just throw a brush at you, or both.
Just remember, your dad's the only one who brought the book. Parents and judges are allowed to throw the book at someone. And parents are only allowed to throw it at your children.
But you at my house, my rules, and when Daddy ain't home, I'm the boss. Mm-hmm. He's watching your feet, I think.
Mhm.
Why don't you just pick him up? Oh, tripping over cords. Okay. Have a friend. All right, put him down towards your lap. Or not.
He doesn't like that.
Okay, then fine. Come back over here over there. You can pet the dog too, but I don't think you care for dogs very much, do you? Not as much as you like cats.
Doggy. Sometimes.
She loves people though. And for being a Chihuahua, she's really good natured for her species,
Yes, she is.
her breed.
Yes,
She loves our mail lady, Ida. Oh my God. I'll open the door. I'm like, come on, MM. I think the mail lady's coming. And she goes running out there, bark, 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 the whole tail going the whole time, just super excited, jumping, trying to get in the mail truck. So I pick her up and she ends up in the mail lady's lap. And she's licking. I'm like, don't go nowhere. You might just drive off with my dad's dog. She's like, I'd take her home. I'll love her. I was like, Dad might have to come by your house and get his dog back. She said, that's okay. I'll babysit. But anyways. So I already did the unboxing. I got in 2 single eyeshadows, 2 lipsticks or lip liners that I'm going to be using for like eyeliners. I got in a wine and only palette from ColourPop. And finally, it was back in stock and I was able to order the So Jaded palette. Casey says hi to both of you guys.
Okay, say hello.
Well, he can hear you. The microphone's on.
Hi, Casey.
So, that's what my unboxing was. I already did the unboxing at like the beginning-ish of the stream, and I had to go get them and run them a couple places today, and I had to get vape juice. And I was like, but I got to go home and do this live stream because they still need to go grocery shopping. Oh, hey, Jason. So, they still have to go grocery shopping. And so I was like, well, let's swing by my house because she has a necklace pendant that needs repair. And I needed to put it on my dad's desk so he could look at it because I think the metal might have to be repaired before she can put it on a chain. And she needed a silver chain. So, by the way, are you still deciding? Is that why they're all strewn out over there?
Well, this one should go back in this one.
Well, put the things back in the bags they go in. That way you don't lose them.
Yeah, I'm going to. The other ones, I'm deciding.
Okay.
24, wait a minute, this is 24.
You like the 22 inch. And, you know, once Dad repairs the pendant, if you want, you can see what it looks like on each of the necklaces and do it that way before you buy them. So, I mean, it's not like they're going anywhere.
Yeah, well, you also have to make sure that they fit the veil and everything else.
Yeah. The long and the short, due to the toggle closure on it. If you don't want it to come off the chain, I will have to remove one of the ends of it and slide it on the chain, and then put it back on and close it in. So that way it's like captured on the inside, so it can't go anywhere. But so she needed a new silver necklace, and it was just easier to bring her here to go through a bucket of necklaces instead of, me trying to pick one out. So that worked. Usually if I don't tell it to stay, it'll go sliding off the desk. Even though it looks like it's nice and secure up there, knowing my luck, if I don't tell it to stay, it's going to find a way to slide off. Just like earlier when I went to go get in the car and I had already texted you that I was on my way or I was in the car or something, the air compressor kicked on in the big building. I'm like, that sounds like the air pressure gauge thing. And I went out there and I looked, and sure enough, it was on. The air compressor was just running. I'm like, Dad, I think we have ghosts. Because the air compressor was running all by its damn self. He says, maybe I forgot to turn it off, because it'll run so long and then it builds up so much pressure in the tank that it auto shuts itself off. So it might have done that when he was filling tires on his car, his work truck last night. And then it just auto shut off, and he didn't physically just turn it off. So it's been running off and on all night.
Enjoy.
Yeah. Oh, I like those shirts. Okay, the one guy's shirt says Black Lives Matter is not a political position. And then the girl's shirt says my vice president is a black woman. I like those.
So do I.
What would be nice is if it said what his shirt says on the front and what her shirt says is on the back, or vice versa. That would be nice. Gee, I don't know who this Nadine person is. I'm going to close their message out. I don't want to see it no more.
Gee, thanks.
Well, it's not like I need your Facebook message up with your ass sitting in my office. Right?
I think the film.
You're playing. Oh, by the way, do I still need to look up that reference about the light switches?
No, dear.
Mm-hmm. Because I could have swore it was in the book about turning off lights in rooms when you're not in them.
Let me go take a look at this real quick.
Well, why don't you put more than one on and see what they look like? That's a snake chain.
Yeah.
Snake chains do kink up, and once they kink up, they're hard to repair. They're very fragile. Those are very delicate chains, and that's only a 1 millimeter. So that's even more delicate.
I don't think I want a snake chain.
No, they're beautiful chains, but they're like something that you put on, you wear for an event, and then you take them off when you get home and put them away. It's not something you wear 24/7.
I quite understand that.
Yeah, they're super delicate, and they kink up like a herringbone chain, and the chain itself actually gets damaged. So then, in order to fix it, you have to unkink it, but then it leaves like a marred spot. And you know how like snake scales are scales over scales over scales, and they all connect to each other.
Yes.
Well, if a snake gets injured, that scale becomes raised or bumped or whatever. The snake chains are like that as well. So you have to go in and solder those spots back together to make sure you're just dropping shit all over the floor. They're fired. Fired.
That's what my last boss said.
Oh, you should have seen how he was trying to sleep last night. I'm laying in bed. I'm all nice and half asleep and everything. And he comes and gets in bed. He's right here in my face. I'm like, Bubby, whiskers tickling my cheeks and everything. I'm like, Mommy can't sleep with you in my face.
No, actually, I told one of my bosses that once.
What, you can't sleep with them in your face? Well, you ain't
No.
supposed to be sleeping at work anyways.
I told him he was fired.
Oh, fired, yeah.
Anymore. He got a little upset. Just a tad upset with me.
Oh, Jason, since you're here, have you seen the Wonder Woman movie yet? Because I watched a review of it this morning on YouTube. And, well, there's 2 reviews. One of them I haven't watched yet. I've got it on my watch later list. the review I saw this morning was like 22 minutes long, and it was rather negative. And I saw Michael had posted on Facebook that people that bought an HBO subscription so that they could watch the movie have been requesting refunds for their subscription costs because of how awful the movie was. So let me know if you've seen it. Now I'm scared. I don't know if I want to try and watch it. I mean, the first one was okay. There was a lot of like loopholes to it that I didn't quite like. I thought Patty Jenkins was going to do such a good job with this one, but from what I understand, that this didn't go over very good at all. That's a long, is that a figure eight?
24.5 roll. I haven't seen a figure eight.
Yeah, roller chains are really pretty. They can be very sturdy as long as the links are all hand soldered. Okay, Jason said he hasn't seen it yet, but a few friends have seen it, and some hated it. Some thought it was cheesy, and one thought it was okay. Only one thought it was okay? That tells you something. I heard Michael was saying something about nothing about the show was 1984 at all, other than like a 15-second clip at the beginning. There was no like 80s music. There was no 80s hairstyles. There was no 80s clothing other than like a few seconds here and there that add up to be about 15 seconds long. So that's why I was like, were you even born in 1984? I didn't think so.
85.
I was 4 in 1984. So I'm 5 years older than you. Now you made him lick himself again. He's still fucking squinting at me. Okay, I'll put it down, Boobers. I put it down. You can go ahead and pet him. Oh, he fucking jumped. Ah. My poor boy. I sprayed him and then you touched him and made him jump. Your fingers wet now?
No.
I tried not to spray him too hard. Back to licking himself. Didn't you already lick that spot, boy?
5 times.
Oh, what are you giving me that look for? He looked at me and he was like, he heard the chair move. Look at the ears. Cats. Wow. Let me know if you watched that movie, Jason, what you think about it. I'm still debating. And I watched something really interesting. It was like a Star Wars like fan channel or something like that. They discussed like Bo-Katan or Bo-Katan, however you want to pronounce it. The backstory of her, the fact that how she got the Darksaber, where, that there was a time in there when she had it for a while, how she got it, the fact that somebody gave it to her, and then she lost it to Moff Gideon somehow, and the fact that now she can't take it again from the Mandalorian due to the grounds in which she accepted it being given to her before, that she can't do that again or something. They broke it all down. I thought it was really interesting. And they're saying that that if you haven't watched any of the animated series, that you need to go back and watch them. So now I'm going to have to do that. I'm hoping they're all on Disney Plus so I can watch them there. But yeah, Casey, a lot of people are saying that movie was really bad. That the 1984 version of Wonder Woman. Well, they said that her sister gave it to her due to the loss of her other sister. I don't know the story behind that. I don't really know much about Bo-Katan, but I guess because of the warring factions, that there were other factions of the Mandalorians there during that ceremonious like handoff kind of thing. I don't know. He discussed it. I'll see if I can find the link in my like history and send it to you on Facebook, because it was really interesting to watch somebody break it down in the way that they broke it down. It was really, really neat. You should go into town chewing on that back leg. Eyes are all big, ears are going. You deciding what chain you like?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what you have so far. So you got a Rolo and a long and a figure eight.
Right.
And the figure
This
eight's a
is a 20 inch
22 and the Rolo is a 24.
This is a 20 inch. 21 inch. Which one too, sorry.
Yeah, I think I had like an odd amount of chain left. That's why that one's such a weird length. I mean, it's really up to you. I think they're both beautiful chains. Rolo chains are also, I think they're both beautiful. If you don't want to have to worry about me taking one of the like loops off of here to put your pendant on, then this one would be, you just slide your pendant on and go. This one here, I would have to remove a loop, slide your pendant on, and then close it back.
Yeah.
And this one side does not look like it's soldered, so I should be able to easily get that open and slide it on and then close it again. This one here, I think, has soldered links. Looking at it. So it's really up to you. Plus, I think one's like half the price. Ooh. The figure eight's actually $3 cheaper. And of course, you know, it's going to be cheaper than that. It's not going to be that much for you.
Not worried about that. You gotta make your money on.
Well, I know. And you know, after all those chains, I must have made like 30 different chains. I've only sold like one or two of them. So I spent like $1,500 for chain and I haven't sold but one or two.
No, you sold
Yeah.
3.
Well, I was going to DeLand every weekend and people would buy pendants, but they never bought necklaces. Even though I had necklaces also in the display, they only wanted the pendants. So. Well, we're almost at an hour here, guys. I did an unboxing in the beginning. That is where these swatches came from. Probably had to wash these off. I got to run them to the grocery store before I run them back home. So, yeah. I don't know if I will live stream on Twitch tonight. Depends on how my allergies are. I had a headache starting earlier, but it could also be the fact that I was out in the car and had the sun on me and that kind of stuff, because my head was starting to hurt while we were out. Right now it's not as bad as it was, so that's a good thing. But I think I'm going to go ahead and get off the live stream so that I can finish running them where they need to go and they can get the things that they need for their house. You throwing shit?
No, I was tossing it.
Mm-hmm.
Carefully.
Isn't there something in the book about that?
About throwing stuff? I do believe, yeah. Do we need to look through the book for?
I knew I should have given you a copy, Chloe. I have. Well, you have one now. When we get home,
But I
you will have an
suspected
autograph copy.
there was something like that in there.
Well, I don't know who you shouldn't have given a copy to more, me or her.
No. It was well worth it.
The fact that we're both quoting your book to you.
And I didn't even.
With you in my poetry book.
Wait, you didn't even really read it, did you?
My book?
No,
Uh-huh.
but
I offered
Really?
it to.
You thumbed through it. That's probably about.
No, not even that yet. Because I was just now given it.
Oh, okay.
Well, when we get home, but still.
So you haven't had it for months like I have.
She has had the opportunity to read it anytime she wants, ever since I had a copy.
No, because remember, I had your copy for the longest time. I had it for several months after you had it
Yes.
printed.
The one, you had the proof copy. That's why I
Yeah.
got you another one.
Yes. When
That
you
one
got.
was proof copy.
But I
Definitely.
did help put some things together in the book, like the numbers on the pages.
Yes, she definitely did help considerably. She has far better computers than I am.
Try to get the cover to actually look okay.
I think most books have numbers at the back of the book.
The one criticism I got was I didn't
Well,
put
they-
chapter numbers or something.
Well,
Yeah, page,
because it's
chapter.
not separated into chapters, it's separated into like types of things.
Categories, yes.
So, I mean, you could have done some sort of like table of contents kind of thing, but for
That's
the
what
way
you
you
want.
wrote this, it wasn't like for here, you could put like bills, and then this one you could, well, that's also bills. Then you've got, that's part of bills, that's bills.
And then there's just another section, yes.
And then here's choices and cooking. So you could put like household, but like the way you wrote this, it was like each section had its own like thing, but it kind of tied into the last thing, but it wasn't necessarily, you didn't write it so that this page connected to the page before it. So
No,
it wasn't written like you would read a normal chapter to chapter book.
What I did when I wrote the book, I wrote down thoughts over a period of year to year.
Yeah. Think about all the shit that your parents taught you and the things that you learned growing up and the mistakes that you made and reflected on them.
And I've seen made by others.
Yeah. I mean, I do the same thing. I mean, that was what I talked about in my live stream the other day. Towards the end of it was going back through and reflecting on things from your past. And, you know, sometimes those things can be hard. You have to like reflect on them differently in order to get over certain things. But a lot of people, I don't think, take the time to do that. And it's all about understanding you and yourself and how you as a person are a person. And a lot of people don't want to take the time to self-reflect. Oh, here.
That's a mistake.
Those necklaces, I'm going to give you a baggie to stick them in. I got to find where my extra baggies are.
Well, there's a baggie right in the car.
No. Remember, we're going to hold those here until Dad fixes your chain. This one. So put the necklaces that you're deciding on in here, and then I'll keep it here in my desk. That way we won't put them back in the drawer with the chains.
And we don't have time for them.
Yeah, and we don't have to go looking for them or nothing. They're just already set aside. So that's done. All right, anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go so I can get them back on the road and get them their groceries and get them home. And I will see you guys later. Tomorrow is a regularly scheduled video. I did not schedule a video today. And I have a video scheduled for the 1st, I do believe, or the 2nd. Depends on what's going on. I might live stream on the 1st. I mean, again, it's just another day for me. I don't drink and I don't celebrate New Year's or anything like that. So, I mean, January 20th. Are we there yet? I can't wait for it.
Unfortunately not.
Oh, Lord. Anyways, if you guys did get a stimulus check, please check your banks because I know mine hit the bank this morning. My friend's ex-boyfriend, hers, you know, she said his hit the bank this morning. I'll have Dad check when he gets home. So a lot of people are already getting the stimulus money, even if it's only $600. I mean, it would be nice to have the $2,000 because then I could 100% completely pay off everything I owe my dad for between the Canon camera, the video card in my machine, the vet visit for my cat, that kind of stuff. And yeah, that would have been nice to have that kind of money to pay off everything I owe, but it is what it is. Anyways, I will see you guys later.
We never know yet.
Right? I don't know. Maybe
Munition said that I read a report earlier that the paper checks will start going out this week, and most of the electronic checks should be out by the end of the week.
yeah. So, anyways, Nadine, Chloe's over here. You stick a hand in again. There you go. Yes, I do know people in real life, I swear. I've talked about both of them before, so.
I met her when she was running the booth at the flea market.
Yep. Years and years and years and years ago.
And we became friends.
So she used to come by and see me every weekend whenever she would come up, she would come by and see me and we'd spend about an hour talking each time. And then we just kind of became friends after that. So, I mean, it's one of those things, you either like me or you hate me. And if you hate me, you might learn to like me. And if you like me, you'll never forget me. It's just how I am. So anyways, I will see you guys later. Have a fantastic day or night wherever you are. I might stream later on Twitch when my dad gets home. I might load WoW and we might stream. We're working out in Pandaria on our new Lightforged Janai right now. Oh, Jason, by the way, thank you for Echo. I have not installed it yet. We've been stuck on WoW, and I've been trying to catch up on editing and stuff. So, yeah. Plus, I've done quite a bit of cooking lately, which I have filmed. So, anyways, the game kind of intimidates me after watching the reviews and then talking to you about it, about the fact that the AI learns everything that you do and then uses it against you. That kind of intimidates me because I can do some really shady shit in a game. And then to have it used against me might not feel so good. So I'm not sure how I feel about the game using my own tactics against me. I might just have to try and play it like straight-laced and not try and get slick until the lights are out. When the lights go out, it's all fair game after that. So anyways, I will see you guys later. Have a fantastic day or night wherever you are. And if you go out in public, please wear your masks and wash your hands, that kind of thing. Anyways, I will see you guys later. Bye.